the tutorial for the flowers project is part of an assignment at North Hennepin's CSI 1130-91 course taught by Charles Gorel. So the way I would begin tackling the flowers assignment as such, I have the directions already up here. So let's begin by opening IntelliJ, the Community Edition. It's loading here. Okay. Oop, that was from a different project. Okay, I'm just gonna X out of this. I don't need this. Okay, I'm just gonna X this out. Okay, sorry about that. Let's create a new project. Next. Okay, I'm just gonna call this Jeremy Krovitz an underscore flowers tutorial. Finish. Alright. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna make a class, a new class. We're gonna call it flowers. Okay. Now, the way we start this out is I always get rid of this extra star because I don't want it to be green. And then we need to start out by writing in the comments our name, the class, the term, and then this is the flowers assignment for CSI 1130-91. And then we do our import statements, import java.awt. Then import javax.swing. Now we do public class flowers, and then we need to type extends JApplet. Now we need to remember that we need to add in our paint method. So public void paint graphics. I'll leave that as G. It's a method. So we need those open curly braces. Now we need to call this super class. So we'll write super dot paint G. Now that we have this, we will just have our basic empty applet. I'm just gonna run this to make sure it works. It's always good to do that as you're coding to make sure that run it incrementally to make sure it works. Yep, okay, we have our applet. Now what we want to do is we want to look at the directions, and we notice after looking at this stuff that we need anti-aliasing. That's really the first process in this is that we want to use anti-aliasing as the new object, or the object that we create, or the variable that we assign G2. We want to like reference that for each of like the commands like draw rect, fill oval, etc. So then we look back. I need to go back to the example that I did earlier. I don't remember all the lines off the top of code off the top of my head. Oh shoot. Let's see here. File, open. Let's go into Java week 1. Flowers, open. New window. Yeah, so I'm just, and literally like they're the same lines, that the exact same lines for this anti-aliasing that was in the book and that he showed us. This is the same. So you'll just want to copy those 3 lines and paste them. And then now we can add, now that we have this, we can add in it helps to start this by adding in, our image. So let's find an image, let's say, since we want like sort of a flower study, let's have like a sunny day background. Go to images. Well, this seems pretty. It has a good, very large resolution. Where was that? I think it was this one. Yeah. So now, you're gonna want to find the folder that the project's in. So on my computer, it is in, where did I save this? 1 second. Flowers tutorial. Oh, I accidentally saved it in week 2. Oops. Not a big deal. We'll just look for that out folder, production, flowers tutorial, then we will drag and drop this image. I'm just going to simplify the name of it to make it easy. I'm just going to call it sunny day, or I'll call it a sunny day. And that, I'm going to need to know how big it is. So this image is 1920 by 1200 pixels. So then I also need to find out for images, how he declares them. I'm going to go back into the one I made. New window. I'm just going to copy the lines of code, these two lines. Change this to a sunny day. So now that we have that, we need to make sure that we resize the applet accordingly. So now we need to go into out, and we need to set up a new class with the HTML file. So we need to write a sunny day, or we need to write flowers. It needs to be the same name of the class, .html. Then under body, we need to write applet code equals same name of the class, flowers dot class width equals 1920. I think it was, I can't remember the dimensions of what the dimensions of the photo again. Oh yeah, 1920 by 1200. That's what I thought. I need to have quotes, 1920, and I should have quotes around this too. And then the height is, 1200. Okay, and then we need to remember to put a closing arrow, and then it automatically fills an applet. Good. We also need to remember to do file, save all. And then we're going to go back into our flowers class. We're going to want to edit the configurations. We're going to go to the URL. We're going to find the file. I just use these three dots and pull up the document finder automatically. Let's go to the right. Let's go to the assignment. Then the HTML file, open. Let's apply, okay. Then let's run it to make sure that this image is indeed printed to the screen. Okay, it is. We are in business then.